All right, let's do this quickly. I know I'm not being very quick. Okay, so there's there's a lot of stuff going on right now in a lot of places. Well, not a lot of places, just one place. The entire globe. So, yeah, I mean, it's fun and all. We're having a good time. Except we're not really. But yeah, so I had been recording on Tuesdays. I believe I talked about that before. Tuesdays is my favorite day of the week because that's when I record things. And oh yeah, I don't want to go here. What was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing. I remember this. Really put some of these down here because monsters like to spawn in places. Okay, so I am getting interrupted. Hold on. Okay, so here's the deal. I only record when I am at home alone, completely alone. I'm what you could say, let's use the word shy. Sounds like a better word. So like, I'm sure you know someone who's kind of like they, when you're with like the whole friend group, you know, they're kind of quiet. I thought you could sleep during thunderstorms. Is it not a thunderstorm? Just regular rain? Whatever. I'm sure you know someone who's kind of like shy, and you know, when you're all together, they're kind of sitting by themselves, maybe on their phone. These days, a lot of them can be on their phones. It used to be you just sat there and twirled your hair. I don't really know. I was one of those kids, but also not one of those kids because I didn't actually really go to things. Okay, we're gonna move on. But then you get this person, and they're like just you and them. You're just hanging out, watching TV, playing some video games, and they're like a completely different person, right? So they're happy and they're making jokes and they're doing funny things, and you both are like quipping each other and they're like speaking their mind, but you like, you know, not in a destructive way, and like this is what I think, boo. And then, you know, that's kind of me, I guess. So with everybody being pretty much, you know, trapped in their houses without anywhere to go, my parents have been home, and that's another story for another time. It's a whole big ordeal, and I'm working on it, as you can see, but it's not going very well. But anyway, so people are home and I have no alone time, and while they're all off doing their own thing, I am watching other people on YouTube do their own thing. So my mom took the dog for a walk, so now I have 10 minutes or so, maybe 15 minutes. So now that I've shown you my entire room, isn't it beautiful? Yes, you've seen it 30 times now. Let's go do something. So what I really need is where did those go? And I'm pretty much going to fast track some stuff actually, because I need more wood. Well, I kind of need more wood. We're gonna fast track some things here. I'm gonna try to throw in all 3 of my questions. I do 3 questions for each recording. Usually I end up cutting that recording into half or sometimes thirds, and the questions kind of get thrown all over the place. So I'm gonna do an actual 3 questions today. The first question is, if you were in witness protection program, what would be your new name and where would you go? I can't answer that, and the reason I can't answer that is because I'm in witness protection, so I can't tell you who I am and where I would go. That would be ridiculous. Yeah, so anyway, that's that question. Next question. What is your favorite smell? I have never heard a more ridiculous question in my whole life. Like, is that not a ridiculous question? What is your favorite smell? So cookies, I don't know. I mean, I tell you what though, as with everything that I, you know, talk about, I don't have a favorite smell. I don't know too many people who would admit to having a favorite smell. I mean, actually, it's not really that weird, I guess, because like I said, fresh baked cookies, apple pie, some people, not me, some people prefer or enjoy the smell of their grandparents. You know, grandma's got that perfume that she always wears, and you always knew that, you know, when she was around, you smell that perfume, you knew everything was okay. You know, the world isn't on fire, everyone's doing great, you know, and that kind of stuff, right? So I guess I understand it. It's just kind of, I don't know, a weird question to me. But I actually don't like smells at all. I thought that was a creeper, but it's just grass. I actually don't like smells at all. Like, I just flat out do not like smelling things. It's not great either. If I'm not mistaken, I think I heard something, so I'm gonna get interrupted again, just so you know. But I don't like smelling things. I don't like that there are smells. I mean, when they're good smells, they're great, but when they're not good smells, then it's. So when I was younger, I came upon the information that, oh, I thought I was going the other way. I came upon the information that when you smell something, essentially what you're doing, oh, that's why I didn't go this way. Essentially what you're doing is you are taking in tiny little particles of that thing you're smelling into your nose. Yeah, so think about that next time you smell your grandma, you weirdos. But I mean, that's true-ish. I mean, it's you know, it's a compound. It's a part of that thing you're smelling that you are literally breathing in through your nose. And your nose, and actually, the scientists these days think it's more, no, your taste buds. You taste because you can smell. You don't, you just smell. So when you smell, this science lesson brought to you by a guy who doesn't know what he's talking about. When you smell something, you're pulling those particles in to your nose, and then your smeller cells, whatever they're called. We got we got smelly cells. We got I'm gonna start over. We have specialized cells for everything. So like, you know, you got special cells on your tongue to taste, special cells in your eyes to see, or at least, you know, measure light that sends signals to your brain to tell you, oh, that's probably what we're seeing. That's another weird thing too. I don't really have time to get into all that, but you don't actually see what you think you see. It's very strange. Come on, get out of there. So, oh, I'm using dirt. Just needed to cover that up. So I wonder if that's true for smelling. Do you really smell what you think you're smelling? Okay, so anyway, that always weirded me out a little bit. It's like when you smell something bad, you're breathing that thing in. Like it's more than just like, oh, ew, gross, smell, trash, ugh, baby's diapers, gross. It's more like, smell that trash going up your nose right now, getting stuck in your lungs and traveling all throughout your body, mutating you into trash boy. I mean, that doesn't happen. For anybody who's watching me that's not an idiot, you know that doesn't happen, but for all the idiots, that doesn't happen. You're not going to breathe in something and then turn into it. And by the way, if you breathe in radiation, you're not going to get like superpowers. What you are going to get is cancer. I will be right back. So I'm going to wrap up the last question by saying my favorite smell is the smell of fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. And then we're going to move on to the next one. So the third question. That's right, 3 questions in one video. Can you believe it? I'm answering all 3 questions in one video. I'm also a little lost. Not too much in this little mine, well, not mine, but this little shifty shaft here. Pretty sure this is not the way back. Oh, yes it is. There I am. Okay, I think I got everything out of there. So, my third question is, what's the worst job you've ever had? Now, I haven't exactly done it all, okay? But I have done a lot. And now I'm getting interrupted. So...